diamonds in the rough. NFL Draft Diamonds. Time to shine.
Hi, I'm Jimmy Williams with NFL Draft Diamonds, and today I have with me Jacob Cameron, who's an offensive lineman out of Husson University. How's it going, sir?
Going good. How you doing?
I'm hanging in there. Why don't you just go ahead, give me a brief summary of your career so far.
Like you said, I'm the left tackle here at Husson University. Been a 3-year starter here, 3-year all-conference player, and I'm going into my senior year, which will be the fall of 2021.
Cool. And I feel like a lot of guys are eventually going to, want you kind of in the interior based on size. I do realize that you played, a little bit of guard and center in high school as well. So just letting people know that you have that, as part of your resume. So Husson University, a very interesting story for them. I mean, this past season you were in a brand new conference, and that kind of is an interesting story all in its own. But you yourself, over the past few years, you've actually had a lot of great success being a first team all conference in, well, whatever conference that you're in. So and that's pretty cool. So three-time all first team conference. What do you think is like the best part of your game, like that you bring to the table as an athlete?
Personally, I like to be mentally prepared. I spend a lot of time watching film on my opponents. I take notes on them, and I prepare myself. So once we're on the field, I can be a step ahead of them. Whether it's picking up on cues in their stance, they're leaning a certain way, they angle themselves, it'll be a certain move in the pass game, stuff like that. I like to prepare myself mentally, just so once it becomes physical, I'm a step ahead of them the whole time.
Gotcha. And let's just talk a little bit about that, I guess kind of preparation aspect of your game. Let's kind of step into the film room a little bit. How do you break things down in there? Like, what exactly are you looking at when you're breaking down your opponent?
A lot of times what I do is when we're watching film as a team, coach will go over certain things. I remember those cues. And then when I'm there on my own time watching film, I take notes and I write down, the player's jersey number. And I'll write down stuff like they lean, they shift their stance if they're going for an edge rush. They tighten it if they're going for an inside move, stuff like that. I watch the film. I'll watch the game film we get sent to us, take the notes, and then I go back through and I just watch it again with no notes and just, slow motion, play it through full speed, whatever it is. I go through it a couple times and really just mentally prepare myself for each opponent that I might face that day.
Cool. So we went ahead and talked about the film room. Let's just kind of shift gears and go from the film room to the weight room. Yeah. I know you can get at it in the weight room. Just kind of lay it on me, man. Like, tell me maybe what your attitude is toward the weight room, and then let's just talk about maybe some of those numbers that I know that you put up.
Well, the weight room really translates onto the football field, especially for an offensive lineman. And I've always been a firm believer in finishing your reps, finishing your sets. So when I get into the gym, I just try to dominate the workout, just like I would try to dominate an opponent on a Saturday. And for weights and numbers, my bench press max was 505. My hang clean max is 365. And my squat max is 630 pounds.
Cool. And if people really want to know the 225 rep, you'd give me like a 39 or a 40 or something like that.
Upper 30s, low 40s last time I tested.
Crazy, man. Those are some crazy numbers. I mean, obviously not a lot of guys get up that high, very strong physical, offensive lineman. So, yeah, I mean, that stuff certainly translates. And everybody really needs to know that Jacob Cameron can put up some weight. So, hey, man, I also realize that you've been a team captain there for a little bit, at least I think 2 years. Talk to me a little bit about what it means for you to be a team captain and what kind of a leader are you on the football field?
Well, it means the world to me that my team voted me in my junior year as a team captain. You know, it's very humbling. It's an honor to lead the team. I like to be a mix of both verbal and lead by example type of a leader. You know, I hold my guys accountable. You know, whether they're messing up on plays, I go over, I talk to them, I see what's going on. You know, if they're having a bad day, you know, I like to be verbal like that. Also verbal in the sense of, you know, on game day itself, I like to get my guys juiced up. You know, my coach has actually told me to calm down a couple times before games because I'm so fired up. So I like to be a vocal leader like that. But also I like to lead by example, especially when we're doing offensive line individual stuff. You know, the first one through the drill, you know, try to do it as high a quality as I can, and the standard that coach wants it to be set. I try to set that standard every single day when I'm out on the field.
Well, and let's just kind of talk about maybe one of the most, I don't know, memorable plays, moments, games, any highlight that you feel like sharing.
Yeah, so freshman year we made the NCAA playoffs, and we opened up the tournament with an away game at Springfield College, and we were the only people in the world who thought we'd win that game. We knew we put in a great week of preparation. You know, we were ready mentally and physically to win that game, and we went out and we won the game. It was a nail biter. It was a 4-quarter battle, and one of our cornerbacks, Quan, he made an incredible interception at the end there, and it really sealed the deal. And going on the field, knowing we were going to be in victory formation, taking a knee, riding back to Bangor with, you know, the first ever Husson University NCAA playoff football win. That was an incredible feeling. Looking over the sideline, seeing everybody jacked up, fired up that we won. You know, it was an away game, but we had a crowd of a home game. You know, we had a lot of fans there. Just being able to bring that back to Husson and to Bangor, that was one of the best experiences in my football career.
Cool. Jacob, I also know that you have a little bit of a history as a baseball player, you know, back in high school. Kind of hard for me to see a 300-plus pound guy there playing first baseman, but chat with me a little bit about that experience, if you don't mind.
Yeah, so I grew up playing baseball. You know, my dad was a great baseball player, and baseball and football both were very loved sports in my childhood by my whole family. So I grew up playing baseball, and I knew football was going to be my sport. I'd play at the next level once I reached about the 300-pound mark. But baseball, it was a great sport. It taught me a lot of lessons that do translate to football. You know, my dad always told me, don't get down on yourself in baseball if you do one thing wrong. Move on to the next play. You know, everybody strikes out. Everybody makes errors. You just got to have that mentality to move on. And that translates to the football field. For any position, mistakes happen. Offensive line, you're going to miss a block, stuff like that. You know, a drive might not go in your favor. You gotta bounce back and have that next play mentality. And that's something that I had instilled in me as a kid playing baseball. So.
Cool. So let's just kind of chat about you, like outside of sports a little bit. I realize that you're a criminal justice major there at Husson. Chat with me a little bit about that experience, you know, you as a student. I don't know, let's maybe start as with something like your, I guess, most difficult class that you've had so far.
Actually, all the difficult classes I've had were gen ed classes. I'm not very good at writing papers and, you know, doing calculus, but I do enjoy all my criminal justice classes, and the professors here, incredible. They all have a lot of firsthand experience, and it's great being able to go to class every day and learn from them.
Well, and is there any other aspect about you, any interests, hobbies, or passions that you want to share in this video with everybody?
I love cooking. Cooking is one of my favorite things to do. You know, as an O-lineman, it's definitely helpful when you can cook your own meals because you eat a lot of them. But I play video games, but that's pretty much it.
Yeah, I mean, as an offensive lineman, if you don't like to cook and to eat, something's wrong. So
yeah,
you're in the wrong. You're in the wrong, position group. Just going to ask you. I mean, if you had the opportunity to give your younger self just a tidbit of advice, you know, go back in time, talk to that 16, 17-year-old self. What's like the one thing that you would tell him?
I would have told myself to focus more on my grades in high school. I was someone who put all my energy into sports, and I overlooked the importance of good grades. And thankfully, I was blessed enough to have this opportunity to come to Husson University throughout all those the setbacks and issues that I had as far as grades went in high school. Um, and really, and now I can give that story to younger athletes. I coached a youth baseball team a while back, and I had some students ask me questions, or players ask me questions like that, and I told them that you got to be just as good of a student as you are an athlete. So it's really turned into a blessing that I was fortunate enough to have this opportunity and also learn that life lesson that I can help pass on to other generations.
Cool. Jacob, usually at this part in the interview, I kind of give you the opportunity to give some shout outs to a little bit of everybody, coaches, teammates. Go for it, man. Floor is yours. Who do you want to give some love to?
Oh, first off, I want to give love to my family, my parents, all my family, just for helping push me to be the best me that I could be, and always supporting me throughout whatever I was doing. Coaches, high school coaches, Coach Holderman, Coach Beckwith, the assistants that we had throughout my years at Kennett, believing in me and helping me. You guys are great setting that foundation, and then the coaches here at Husson University, Coach Clark, Coach Price, all the other assistants that we've had, also believing in me and pushing me to be the player that I am today. Some teammates, high school, my best friends, Clay Cordasco, we were always pushing each other to be better. It was always a competition no matter what we were doing. We always wanted to be better than each other. And then coming to Husson, John Smith, he was our running back my freshman year. He really pushed me. He helped me realize that Husson's a truly special place. Not many people know who we are until we play them. They know who we are after that. And then my roommate, my best friend, Frank Curran, he's a defensive end here. We've battled against each other for 3 years on the practice field. So I truly believe we've made each other both better on and off the field.
Great. I try and ask this question to everybody. It is a little corny, and it's really just the why question. Tell me why you play football. Talk to me about your motivation.
Football, it's truly one of a kind. The brotherhood that you get from it, the camaraderie. You learn a lot of life lessons from the sport. That's really the main reason why I play. I love the physicality of it. I love everything about the sport itself, but the brotherhood really stands above the rest. I've got some friends still that I played 1 year of high school football with, or I played, just 1 year of college football with, and I built a relationship with them that's going to last forever. So there's so many relationships that come with the game and life lessons that you can learn. That's why I play the game of football.
Well, the very final thing for you, man, is just to give me your pitch to a professional team. I mean, what kind of teammate would they be getting if they took a chance on an offensive lineman at a Husson?
Yeah, I've always been a firm believer that talent has no division, and if I'm truly good enough that, if someone truly takes that chance and gives me an opportunity, I'm going to go in there, give my 110% every single day on and off the field, in the weight room, no matter where it is. I just really want to help the team build, no matter where I end up, no matter how it goes. I always just want to be a guy that helps build the team, do whatever I'm asked, whether it's move interior, play interior on the line, snap, whatever it is. I'm willing to do whatever it takes to make the team better.
Great. Well, Jacob, this has been a great experience, getting to know your story a little bit more. I do feel like you do bring a lot to the table. Just the simple aspect that you can push weight, and bodies around. So, obviously you have taken what you've been given and really excelled with it. Being a 3-time all-conference first-team player is definitely just a great thing. Just to have that, and I do wish you best of luck moving forward, bud.
Yeah, thank you for having me. I appreciate it a lot.
Great. Take it easy now.